Welcome to Phantom Radar Battalion. Locking on to today's key events. In Yemen, U.S. and British forces have launched 4 raids targeting Cameron Island in Hodeidah. These operations are part of a broader effort to combat Houthi forces, which have been escalating their activities in the region. The island has been a strategic location for the Houthis, and these raids aim to disrupt their operations and logistics. The escalation in military action highlights the ongoing instability in Yemen, where multiple factions vie for control, further complicating humanitarian efforts in the region. The Houthis have unveiled an anti-ship ballistic missile named Asif, adapted from Iran's Fatah-Am missile, with a range of up to 450 kilometers and a 380 kilograms warhead. This development raises significant security concerns, as Hezbollah also possesses this missile technology. In response to the Houthis' escalating military capabilities and activities, Washington is considering raising the classification of the Houthis to a terrorist organization, placing them on the same level as al-Qaeda. Such a designation would have substantial implications for international policy and military strategy in the Middle East, potentially increasing sanctions and military actions against the group. The Israeli army has targeted Hezbollah military infrastructure in Aita al-Shab, Kafr Shuba, Hula, and other areas in southern Lebanon. This comes after heightened tensions and recent attacks along the Israel-Lebanon border. Israeli security forces also conducted operations in Beit Awa, west of Dura, south of Hebron, firing live bullets and stun grenades. The situation remains volatile, with both sides engaging in frequent skirmishes, raising fears of a larger conflict. Russian aviation launched glide bombs at the Kharkiv region, wounding 3 people in Lezhine, Zaporizhzhia region. A drone strike was reported in Ukrainsk, Donetsk region. Pro-Assad forces bombarded Marat al-Nassan in Idlib, and villages in Shenan and Benin were targeted with explosive drones. Additionally, Kafr Tal in western Aleppo was bombarded with artillery. The ongoing violence in Syria continues to cause significant civilian casualties and displacement, complicating international efforts to find a peaceful resolution. In Europe, immigration tensions continue to rise. In Ireland, local resistance to a migrant center in Coolock has led to arson attacks, and in the UK, Prime Minister Starmer's pro-immigration stance has sparked similar tensions. Increased incidents of violence involving illegal immigrants have exacerbated public sentiment and resistance. These events highlight the challenges faced by European governments in managing immigration policies and addressing the concerns of local populations. Just 9 hours before the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics, France's high-speed rail network was disrupted by coordinated acts of sabotage, including arson. These malicious acts have caused significant delays and disruptions, with several lines taken out of action. French authorities are investigating the attacks, and security has been tightened across the country as the games begin. The incidents highlight the persistent threat of domestic terrorism and the challenges faced by security forces in safeguarding major international events. Pro-Assad forces have been actively targeting various regions in Syria. They bombarded Marat al-Nassan in Idlib with heavy artillery and used explosive drones on Shenan and Benin. Additionally, the town of Kafr Tal in western Aleppo faced artillery bombardment. The ongoing conflict in Syria continues to result in significant civilian casualties and displacement, further complicating international efforts to achieve a lasting peace. Israeli security forces fired live bullets and stun grenades during a storming operation in Beit Awa, west of Dura, south of Hebron. An Israeli bombing targeted a group of citizens in Deir al-Balah, central Gaza Strip, resulting in 1 death and several injuries. The Israeli army also struck Hezbollah military infrastructure in southern Lebanon, intensifying the ongoing conflict. The continuous cycle of violence and retaliation further deepens the humanitarian crisis in the region. On the home front, U.S. F-16 and F-35 fighter jets, along with Canadian CF-18S, intercepted Chinese and Russian bombers flying in a joint patrol over the Bering Sea. This marked the first time both nations' militaries had entered the area simultaneously. NORAD reported that the bombers remained in international airspace and did not enter American or Canadian sovereign airspace. This display of military power underscores the strategic importance of the Arctic region and the increasing military activity by global powers in the area. In Washington, D.C., concern is mounting over a major cybersecurity breach at Leidos Holdings, a key IT services provider for the Pentagon, Homeland Security, and other U.S. government agencies. Hackers have stolen and leaked sensitive internal documents, raising significant security concerns. The breach is believed to be linked to a previous incident involving the Diligent Corporation, a third-party vendor. This incident underscores the vulnerabilities in digital infrastructure and the ongoing threat posed by cyber attacks on critical government contractors. In Texas, two senior officials of the Sinaloa cartel, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, son of El Chapo, and Ismael El Mayo Zambada Garcia, were arrested in El Paso. These arrests, under unclear circumstances, may indicate a power play within the cartel. The capture of these high-value targets is expected to intensify conflict along the U.S.-Mexico border as the cartel seeks retaliation. Analysts suggest that these arrests could lead to a power vacuum within the cartel, potentially increasing violence and instability in the region. Severe wildfires are raging across California, exacerbated by extreme heat and dry conditions. Thousands of residents have been evacuated as firefighters battle multiple blazes threatening homes and communities. The fires have caused significant damage, and air quality in the affected areas has deteriorated. Authorities are urging residents to follow evacuation orders and stay informed through official channels. The scale of the wildfires highlights the ongoing challenges posed by climate change and the need for robust disaster preparedness measures. That's all for today's briefing. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more news and insights.